deleting weather history, historical weather patterns are under attack. Well, someone sent me a tip the other day and saying, "Hey, Mike, it looks like they're going to be deleting, or you can't find archival um, evidence of different weather patterns or changing in weather patterns. Our weather's been pretty much stable, or our forecast has been pretty much stable in the last 180 to 200 years. We've been recording our weather, and we've noticed, and we're noticing that historical weather um, documentation is slowly disappearing online, and it's getting harder and harder to find, or trying to connect the dots between weather patterns and weather history, and trying to forecast, get it, forecasting what the weather is going to be in the future. And this whole climate regime change, toxicity, climate, world's going to burn over, um, fear that they've been spilling on us for since the time of pretty much Al Gore, when he was saying that Florida would be underwater by 2012 or 2011. Florida would be underwater, and it was that other Greta was saying that 2023 in May, was it May 20 or May 21st, 2023, the world would end. So there's constantly digital book burning, and we've been talking about this on this channel, where they're going to want to obviously erase weather in historical weather patterns and destroy historical farmers' almanacs, and looking at what the weather may be, predictions on what to grow and what not to grow, and how to grow within certain timelines. I'm really afraid of this digital book burning, because I've said this and I've quoted this 1,000 times on the channel. 100 years from now, when you digitally look up the Iraq War 100 years from now, it would say how the Americans went to go free the world from the evil Saddam Hussein and disarm all his weapons of mass destruction and chemical weapons that would have destroyed the whole world. And we wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for Americans um, destroying the Iraqi regime. But realistically, he had no weapons of mass destruction, and he wasn't amassing whatever they thought he was amassing, or whatever they. And again, it's a business in the end. It's all business. Follow the money and you get to where you're getting. But deleting historical weather patterns, the Weather Channel apparently, or the weather.com, someone directed me to that and told me that, hey, Mike, we got ourselves a problem here. I can't find any historical weather patterns of a certain area. Like, they used to look them up and you could find certain things and you could project certain things. But now it's like becoming deleted. And that's why we need to keep physical copies of everything. And that's why we need to go back to the typewriter. That's why we need to revert back to the typewriter, because I think that's something that we all need to preserve, is our information. Because the digital book burning is going to continue, folks, to fund or support or create their narrative that they want to sell us, right? And this climate thing, I think, is the only way they could take it going forward. And I think they're going to obviously do what they can to scare the next couple of generations ahead into fear, into, oh, maybe in 100 years it'll be at a point where you'll have meters on you, or some sort of identification, sun indicators. Yeah, we'll call them sun indicators on this video. The sun indicator will pick up the sun rays that you're getting, and it'll give you a little stopwatch, and will let you know that how much sun you've taken for the day, or you're gonna evaporate if you take more than you need. And people will be educated and indoctrined into these sun indicators, and believing that, oh my god, I got 8 minutes left of the sun for the day, I gotta get out of here before I end up evaporating. And people would believe it, because they'll actually concoct and create these fake videos of people evaporating because they got too much sun for the day. And I'm feeling that they're going to control us through weather. They've been controlling us through weather, but they're doing a better job at it for the people that believe everything they're told. So, because they got the mainstream media, they got the governments, they got everything on their side to push their agendas. And the people like, such as myself, that look at it and say, yeah, the climate changes. It rained an hour ago and it was sunny 2 hours before that. The climate does change. Yes, it does. I'm not going to argue that. But anyways, climate history being deleted, or abolishing it right now as we're speaking. to push their agendas. Also, I would like to add something to this video. I would like to thank the gentleman that sent me the link to a big channel that took our Atlantean theory. We've been speaking on Morning Coffee with Mike about Atlantis. Before you switch off and think I'm a nut job, we were talking about how Plato went to Egypt and read about Atlantis and what it was about, and I believe that the Atlanteans stumbled upon nuclear energy and did not know how to harness or protect it or contain it, and I believe that that's what happened, and they found Atlantis in Mauritania. It's there. You can look it up. It's all in existence. They've hidden it from us. It's in Mauritania. Look up on YouTube or any social media platform. Atlantis found in Mauritania. Watch the documentaries and you'll be scratching your head and wondering, why did they go out of their way to keep this from us all these years? Because everything's there, everything's in sight, and I believe, again, that the Atlanteans did basically possess some sort of energy or energy weapon, and they ended up taking themselves out. And I would like to thank the gentleman that sent me the link to a big channel that actually took that from us from a morning. We discussed this before on a Morning Coffee with Mike and even on Mike in the Night. And I want to thank the gentleman for sending me the link to the big channel from 2 days ago that spoke about what we've been talking about on this channel for years now. And hopefully some of the bigger channels, or a big channel one day, will plug us and let us plug me after all these years. And that would be nice one day, if somebody could just say, hey, there's this guy out in Canada, been on social media for over 15 years, and you know what? Everyone thought he was a nut bar when he said that they're going to raise inflation. Inflation's going to be at a point where people can't afford food, or they're going to raise interest rates to a point to hedge against inflation, or money laundering, all the stuff we've been talking about, affordability of fuels and gas. And I hope someday somebody out there sees this and the message gets out, and that's what's more important than anything else. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining me. Let me know. Deletion of historical weather patterns. They're going to go full blast on making sure our history gets deleted. Digital book burning. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.